Well, what was promised is being done, and there's not much right now that can be done about it. I'm worried about it. I don't know if you are, but this is I'm driving. I figured I'd talk to you guys. This is one of those old head rants. I'm worried about this dismantling of the educational system. My dad was a teacher, and it has only been 3 months, but it really does seem like we are going backwards of sorts. Not seems like, we are going backwards of sorts. And people are protesting, they're rioting, and that, if that's what you choose to do, and that's the difference you're going to make, go ahead and do that. Me, I'm older, I've been through this stuff. I've told people, you've seen videos about it. I've been talking about this stuff for years, off of the camera, on camera. Talked about education. I've talked about stop with the credit cards. Get your credit card debt down, pay off all of your debts. And now we're headed into a recession. They keep pussyfooting around with it, but we're headed into a recession. Now, how bad of a recession, I don't know. But you've got that. You've got the Department of Education now being dismantled. Now, I don't know how, well, this is still to be determined, but we'll see if they actually keep the funds for the special needs, disabled children and things like that. That's still to be determined. What I see is, and I'm not going to go into picking apart every department and things. This is bad. This is bad. If what I've been reading is correct, and we're already low on the educational standards around the world, this is going to further appreciate that. What it means to me is, if my kids and my grandkids, if my kids don't have enough money to send them to a private school, and the state that they're in was already bad without getting the state that they're in, their educational system was already bad without getting federal funding, it's going to get worse. If you live in you see where I'm driving, there's trees and fields and all of that. In these rural communities, there is not a lot of money because there are not a lot of people to generate enough money to balance out some of the schools in the bigger cities. Not necessarily inner cities, because we already know that some of those schools are not getting the funding they need for one reason or another, and those who know. But I'm talking about like the bigger schools in the suburbs, where they were the ones to get the turf fields first, and they have nice locker rooms and lunch rooms and books and the better computers. And so what happens now? I think everyone's doing homework off of these Chromebooks. So what happens if you can't afford a Chromebook? What happens if you can't afford internet? This is the only way that they want you to learn. And they start where you go back to physical books, which I don't think is bad, but what's in the physical books? There's also information that's being taken out of the books. And let's face it, most parents are sending their school and they're sending their children to school, and they are saying things like, well, the teacher should be teaching them. I shouldn't have to come home and do homework, and I shouldn't have to do flashcards. And those kids are going to miss out. If you're one of those parents, your kids are going to miss out greatly. Then we have the colleges and just the whole educational system in general. It's going to get really bad. But most people are going to keep doing what they're doing. What I'm doing is I'm spreading the word. Now, no, I'm not going around telling everybody and preaching about it everywhere, because it just sounds crazy. It sounds like one of the people that come every week to your door for religion and you get tired of them. What I'm saying is stand up however you're going to stand up, because right now, if you sit down and you feel that that doesn't affect you because you don't have kids, or your kids are not school age yet, or whatever the reason may be, this certain set of politics may not affect you now. But there is another set that is going to affect you, and is going to affect your kids and your grandkids and generations to come. So talk to somebody who doesn't know about it. Read. I can't stress enough. Get the information you need. 5-10 minutes a day on that subject. 5 to 10 minutes a day on another subject that you'd have no clue about to get some more knowledge. And then spend an hour or two, if you want to, reading a book or watching whatever mind-numbing show you're gonna watch. But you can't win them all, and we're definitely not winning a bunch right now with what's being taken away from us. I know the spin sounds good. The spin on what they are saying, it sounds good on paper, but how many times has something sounded good on paper and you can't even wipe your behind with it? And I think that that's the best way to articulate that will make you think. And if you've had a smooth life and nothing has happened and you haven't been oppressed, great, go back under that rock. But for the rest of us who have had to fight for almost everything that we've gotten, and your parents and your grandparents, if they've had to fight some kind of civil right or some type of voting right, again, I'm not talking about black and white. Black men were able to vote before white women. And before that, you had to own land. And the way things are going, it could be like that again. And I look for him to start drafting people again. I see a war coming. But now I'm getting amped up. I'm getting off the topic. Just remember, within this next 4 years, one of these things is going to affect you. All right, until next time we see each other again, and there will be a next time. I hope whatever time it is, whatever day, I hope you have a good day. And until next time, Big Onk.